Some of you guys out there just simply hate 2011s. I don't know why you do, but you do. And if it's got a hammer on it, you're not a fan of it. So today I have one for you that just might win you over. It's not a 2011, but it sure shoots like one. And that's the steel frame Parker Mount Machine 2-port collab. So as I mentioned, steel frame PDP 2-port. And what this gun is, basically, this is if you watched my original PDP video, and I'm gonna link it here in the show notes, and we're gonna kind of cover it today. And before we get too far in this video, if you wanna go grab some aspirin, bottle of bourbon, it might help you later. It's gonna be a little confusing, but I'll try to keep it simple. We'll also try to use some vague words to stay within the YouTube laws. But we're going to explain to you how we got here, because what you see right here is not an OEM factory gun, right? It's parts of a couple to get to one end result. We'll discuss that here shortly. But as I mentioned, steel frame PDP 5-inch slide, or frame, excuse me, 4-inch slide, Parker Mount barrel and comp. Calculating connects dog tag with an RMR. That's the kind of gist of the pistol, and then we'll explain in detail each area. One of the benefits of this gun, whether you have this one, you have the single port, you have the 5-inch professional or 4.5-inch professional, the 5-inch polymer, we have Safariland holster mods for all those pistols on our website at rdrgear.com. If you're in need of a duty style holster with red dot and weapon light wrapped in whatever your favorite camo pattern is, we have all those holsters listed on our website. If you have a Walther PDP configuration, we probably have a holster for you, and all those things you can find along with our plate carriers, placards, chest rigs, all of our canine gear at rdrgear.com. So what this is a 4-inch slide with a 2-port comp and barrel from Parker Mount Machine. This comp system also comes in a single port setup. This will be a review as well in the future, and you'll notice how much shorter the comp system is when it's a single port compared to a 2-port. There's a reason for that. We'll discuss that. This is a 4-inch slide, right? Because when we have a 4-inch slide and we add a 1-inch comp to that 4-inch slide, we end up getting a 5-inch length top end. One of the things a lot of you guys call me about, and I probably answer this at least 3 or 4 times a week, is you guys will buy a 4.5-inch PDP Pro SD slide. And what that is a 4.5-inch slide threaded barrel. Well, when you take 4.5-inch slide with threaded barrel, it's technically like 4.6 inches. It's very weird German math, especially on the box. Because when you get the 4.5-inch slide with threaded barrel, your box actually says 5.1. 5.1 is the same number you get on a 5-inch PDP box. Super confusing. But if you take a 4.5-inch pistol slide, add the comp to it, you're too long, right? But now with the single port, this is where it's going to get confusing, guys. This is where aspirin and bourbon come into play. This will still allow you to get into a holster for a 5-inch gun. Please don't get lost here. It's going to get worse. All right. So as I mentioned before, this is a 4-inch slide, 1-inch comp, threaded barrel. The advantage to this technically is you can get some byproduct from it, because you're going to need 2 pistols to make this. You're going to need one 4-inch PDP and one 4.5-inch or one 5-inch PDP, right? Because you need the 4-inch slide from that other frame. But like myself, if you own a 4-inch, a 4.5, and a 5-inch steel frame PDP, you end up with some byproduct guns like this. So what this is the 4-inch frame from this slide with a 4.5-inch factory barrel from my 4.5-inch gun that's in this frame that's in the safe. So now what happens when we take this top end, add this comp and barrel to it, we now are back to another option of a 5-inch overall length frame that we can fit a holster to. So this will come in the future, but I want to show you guys now because this is going to be something you guys need to know, because in the future this will probably all get changed again with Walther and Parker Mountain collaborating. I'm sure we're going to see a SHOT Show, because as you guys know, in the past I showed you guys a video where we did this with the Palmer frames, and this is kind of a recircle of what's old is new again kind of thing, because when you wanted to get the original Parker Mountain machine 2-port X-Comp pistol, you still needed a 4-inch and a 5-inch, right? Well, now with Walther and Parker Mountain machine working together, this is the new PDP X Pro, and you'll notice it's a 4-inch slide with a single port comp. Now this comp is a thread-on to a factory Walther barrel, so this one you can take off pretty easily. These are shimmed on to the slide with shims, so they're not ideally off and on regular maintenance and cleaning. You don't need to take it off to clean it. But since this came after the fact with having to make 2 guns to make 1 gun, so I think what's going to happen when from Walther at SHOT Show, we're going to see another 4-inch slide drop with a single port steel frame pistol. And we're going to see an OEM version of this. So we'll eliminate the 2-gun need in the future. So there's hope, right? Because it's stupidly expensive to chase the Dragon on this 2-port comp thing when you have to buy 2 of these. A lot of you guys, when you saw this video, went out and upgraded this gun to a 2-port comp. It's like a $400 investment to get a 2-port and another barrel when this one is a single port with the same barrel. It's up to you if that's what you want to do, but there's a lot of money involved to chase that. But then you flip that coin and tell me, well, Jeff, I could get a 4.5 or a 5-inch and a 4-inch for less money than, say, a Staccato XC and buy my barrel and comp. Valid point. Very valid point, because you could get the old model, and when I say old model, this frame has the old PDT trigger, the polymer dynamic trigger, and the new ones have the fancy flat trigger. But there's a newer version of the PDP steel frame that comes with the flat trigger and the fancy magwell and the base pads on the magazines. So technically this one with the Palmer trigger is, for lack of better words, it's a discontinued model or an older model. So you could probably get one of these probably low teens, maybe 1650. So you get that plus, say, a 5-inch gun. You find one maybe 2,000 bucks, somewhere in there. You are still well below what an XC cost. And if you already had a red dot, you don't have any costs there. All you gotta do is buy your barrel and comp, and now you can technically have the 2 guns. Downside for you guys, if you didn't have a 4.5-inch frame, you don't get this little byproduct hybrid gun, which I've been shooting a lot lately, which I really, really like, because I get that short grip on the frame, and then I get that 4.5-inch length slide with the Vortex red dot. This has been a fun little carry gun, I guess. It's not very light, but I'll probably do some kind of review on this one in the future. This one has the ZR Tactical 15-pound captured spring in here. Shoots stupid fast, very clean, but I'm also thinking about taking this one and send it to my boy Vinny at Monsoon Tactical and have some kind of coolness and a porting or a chunk port or something like that done to this slide. So that'll be something. But the advantage was, like I said, having that 4.5-inch gun allowed me not just be sitting and looking at this frame in the safe with nothing on it, because the 5-inch slide is too long to fit on the 4-inch frame or the 4.5-inch frame, but the dust cover is not long enough to cover the gap up front. So literally, if you didn't have this, I didn't have this one, I'd literally have a slide and a frame that had no home whatsoever. So in these guns, I don't think once we we kind of get done with this, I don't think they'll go back to their original state because I don't need all these PDPs and different steel frames. I'll keep this one as is. So that's something that you have to know when you try to go down this road, because you guys are going to see it, and there are guys out there who are showing this setup, but they all are also like me who have multiple guns. So when you see the B-roll today, one of the things I have, and I'm a little bit frustrated because I don't know if it's ammo or if it's a gun. I have tried 3 different brands of ammo now, all 115. With the new V-Spec ZR Tactical Guide Rod, this is the first day I've ran this many rounds. I don't think this is the issue. When I look at this pistol, there's a little bit of marring on the feed ramp that I'm not for sure. I got a contact. I have a very, very good relationship with Parker Mountain. Travis and Jared over there, they've been taking care of me for years. We do a lot of custom modification on the front holsters for customers who have slides for VP9s or MMPs or SIGs, for example. But this front of this feed ramp, just, I don't know if this is the problem, because the ammo we ran today, it's rare, it's just random rounds. And what's happening is the primers are so hard, they're not even getting dented. So I want to hang my hat on ammo, because when I take those rounds and drop them into the barrel with the slide off the gun, they're super tight. So, and the ammo was some stuff I bought during COVID from a distributor that was supposed to be SMB. And when it came in a very weird box with a lot of Czech writing on it. It wasn't the black and gold SMB box that I usually have. So I'm hanging my hat on ammo as of right now, but MagTech is pretty hot as well, and MagTech still gives me grief with his gun. So again, I'm going to reach out to Parker Mountain tomorrow. Again, they're going to be able to figure it out for me pretty easily. I'm going to scrub it one more time. You'll see a follow-up video on this, because today I was disappointed at how many malfunctions we had, but it's good for you guys to see product that is organic, right? Not every gun's going to run perfectly on camera or off camera. It was running good last couple of days. Today, not so much. So I cleaned it last night, lubed it, and today we had the problem. So again, I want to figure out and diagnose it, because I know several guys who have this set up, no problems with what they're doing. So again, I want to make sure this thing gets up and running, because I do like shooting it. And if you watch the B-roll today, you're going to see it shoots very clean, very tight, and the recoil is almost a none. And it'll be cool too, because once we get it up and running, we'll maybe anger the 2011 guys out there, because you guys all know my viewpoints on a Staccato XC. But we'll do a head-to-head comparison, XC, PDP, 2-port, we'll kind of play with it there. So when you guys look at this thing, it is a very, very easy gun to shoot. This is the new ZR Tactical V-Spec Guide Rod. It is a very unique recoil guide rod and spring system. I have not played with this one enough compared to my captured recoil spring. I'll play with them both, but already I do like how much softer this spring makes the pistol shoot. I can actually feel a difference compared to this one compared to the captured. So again, it gives you guys just one more option, and this is multi-fit, so it fits everything you own in regards to pistol and the PDP lineup. So that's one benefit there. Oops. And YouTube, don't get mad at me for putting this gun back together. But as I mentioned, yes, earlier this afternoon, or earlier in the video, the PDP 2-port compared to the 1-port. You guys do what you want to do. But I can tell you this. I'm not here to go tell you, oh, you've got to go get this 2-port. It's so much better. If your grip, stance, trigger press are trash, the result is trash. It's garbage in, garbage out. I spend a lot of time dry fire, a lot of time at the range. But yes, do the comps help mitigate muzzle rise? Absolutely. Do they allow you to get back on target or return to zero? Yes. Are they 100% a need? No. Do you got to go out and buy something today for that dopamine hit of something like this? Absolutely not. Yeah, support those guys if you want to. I love Parker Mountain. I love Walther. They're very good to us on the channel here. But you guys have to realize this is something that, this is a very large ticket of entry. Because it requires, like I said, 2 guns. This here is from the factory. The only difference you're not going to get is a steel frame. And if I had to go back and say tomorrow I was working as a street cop, I probably wouldn't get the comped version of this gun. I would probably get the 4.5 Professional that comes with the Acro direct mill to the gun. That pistol for me, and everybody's different, that gun shoots the best for me. It fits my hand just as good as this one does, but that shorter slide length, it just really works well for me. This gun shoots phenomenal. Don't get me wrong. I have had zero issue with this gun and the single port. This one here, like I said earlier, has given me a little bit of hiccup. We're going to diagnose it and figure it out. But I will get you guys more information on this gun, how it works, what it does, and we'll do a follow-up video and show you the sewing machine it can be. But we had some good content today, some good B-roll. Not every mag had an issue, but there were a decent amount of rounds that did not get fired today. And again, that stuff doesn't get edited out. It's just for you guys to see, because there are people who will say this gun, oh, it's got so many problems, it only shoots certain ammo. Maybe you're right. This is the first run for me on this one. I've had it for a while. I'm about 550, close to 600 rounds on it. So at this point in time, I didn't expect to have the issues I'm having. But again, I'm going to research the barrel feed ramp, and then I'm going to reach out to Travis, talk to him about it, and I'll report back to you guys. So that's what I got for you guys today on the Walther PDP steel frame 2-port combo setup. And again, this is not an OEM gun. This is a parts gun for a barrel and slide from Parker Mountain and the base pistol from Walther. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see one of these this year at SHOT Show in January. So thanks for watching, guys. That's all I got for you. If you like the content, you like what we're doing here, please subscribe, share, comment. Until next time, be well. Take care.